Welcome back to the comment show, which for the summer has turned into my own version of Sky Sports News. Let's see where the out-of-touch millionaires are moving next. JT Balder said, United can absolutely afford to lose Pogba and De Gea. We need to sell them both. Sell De Gea to Paris Saint-Germain. Yes, that is indeed a potential move happening this summer. David De Gea is reportedly to be subject to a bid from Paris Saint-Germain. Gianluigi Buffon has unexpectedly left after a year, potentially because he's 41. And you might be thinking it's time to call it a day. A Dolmeo day. De Gea has 1 year left on his contract. United cannot risk letting such an expensive asset go on a free next year. That would be more embarrassing for the club than the fact that they still employ Ron Atkinson. De Gea has stalled on a contract renewal for 2 reasons. 1, he wants pay parity with Alexis Sanchez, which I assume everyone brings up in contract negotiations with United, because why wouldn't you? You'd be like, he's on a 400k a week and he's literally worse than me, as in me, Kieran. Like, anyone is better than Alexis Sanchez. Even the youth players could bring that up at this point as well. You'd be like, I actually offer more than Alexis Sanchez has. Pay me more. PSG seem like the only destination at this point too. They need a goalkeeper and they can afford to buy him. His ship to Real Madrid has sailed at this point and he's bloody not on it. Courtois was, can you get a boat to Madrid? I don't know. Courtois is too expensive and joined too recently to sell or drop permanently. Zidane will give him another go next season, I would assume. Also, from De Gea's perspective in his career, De Gea should leave Manchester United because they're going to be an absolute state next year. Absolute Roberto Di Matteo syndrome. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is just a Norwegian Tim Sherwood. De Gea should leave to save his legacy and to, maybe win something again. It'd be League One, but, it's still shiny. It's not even that shiny. It's a rubbish trophy. It's a circle. But will he actually leave this summer? I don't think he will. I can actually see him signing a new contract for no reason whatsoever. I give the chance of this transfer happening about the same chance that David De Gea will finally apologise for that time he tried to steal a Krispy Kreme donut from Sainsbury's. Alex Cronin said, I think Spurs should cash in on Eriksen, like what Liverpool did with Coutinho. Well, that looks incredibly likely, Alex. Christian Eriksen finally looks set to move to Real Madrid. However, the real transfer he does need is the hair follicles being transferred from the back of his head to the front of his scalp. Salami LFC. Rodri? According to Deportes Cuatro, or however you say it, Spanish midfielder Rodri has asked Atletico Madrid to give him some space amid reported interest from Manchester City. In my head, this is, a bit like a breakup. It's like Rodri has texted Atletico to just, give me some space. I just need to think, which means that, they're gonna break up. Manchester City need a replacement for Fernandinho. He's 34. I remember when he signed, he was like 28, 29. I was like, 30 odd million for a 29-year-old? Stupid. And I'm employed to talk about football, sort of. He played the least amount of games last season due to injury than he's ever done since joining Manchester City. According to everyone else, Rodri is promising and he's only 22. He makes more tackles than the Brazilian per game and completes similar interceptions per game, which are 2 of the main statistics you want from a Fernandinho replacement. Although he's not bold. I like a bold defensive midfielder, don't know why. They just seem better. This transfer flip-flops every single day. I'd say there's a 70% chance this one will actually happen. I don't have much faith in Begiristan actually completing a #1 target transfer for us. I also don't trust Atletico Madrid, and I feel like they'll just ramp up the price randomly halfway through the negotiations. I have no basis to believe that whatsoever, but it's just a wild assumption. Angry Blobfish said, will you still wear that fire Schalke hoodie? First of all, not a hoodie, it's a sweatshirt or a jumper, depending where you're from. And yes, it is fire. I wear it all the time. I just wear it randomly on the weekend. It's just a jumper. I like it. It's a really nice jumper. One of my favorite jumpers. Whilst we're on the topic of Schalke, wir haben Neuigkeiten zu Schalke transfers. The Königsblauen are reportedly leading the race, and I'm sure there are a lot of people involved in this race. I reckon it's like a 12-man race to sign Everton and England under-21 defender Jonjo Kenny, 22, on loan. If that doesn't give you a semi, I just don't know what will. It's much needed for Schalke though, as they literally do not have a single right back at the moment. Not one in the squad whatsoever. Just not a right back. How do you not have like at least one player in a position? Haven't even promoted a youth player. Just no right backs whatsoever. Historical transfers. We're turning back time again, just like Cher. This time we go back to 2009 for some beautiful historical transfer gossip. Atletico Madrid say the club will now listen to interesting offers for star forward Sergio Aguero. Argentine Aguero has been linked with both Chelsea and Manchester United. Real Madrid Director General Valdano admits any bid for Liverpool midfielder Xabi Alonso is likely to be doomed to failure. Tottenham will battle it out with Sunderland and Stoke to sign centre-back Richard Dunn from Manchester City. Bayern Munich could make a move for Aidan McGeady in the summer following a fact-finding mission on the Celtic winger. AC Milan could make a remarkable £12 million bid for Portsmouth striker Peter Crouch if they fail to sign Arsenal's Emmanuel Adebayor. Manchester City have also bid £15 million for Blackburn striker Roque Santa Cruz. That one actually happened. Brilliant. Chelsea have inquired about Portsmouth goalkeeper Asmir Begovic. That took 6 more years to happen, but it happened. That's quite cool, isn't it? Real Madrid defender Christoph Metzelder has hit out at the Spanish Giants' proposed 80 million signing of Cristiano Ronaldo, saying spending that money on someone that can get injured or be in bad form isn't correct to me. And lastly, my favourite one of 2009. Louis van Gaal, Roberto Mancini and Gerard Houllier are being considered as options to take over at Sunderland next season. Notizie Atalanta! Welcome to our first ever Atalanta show. Let's find my way around this historic club. Atalanta are based in the city of Bergamo and are irritatingly not named after an actual place, but after a Greek mythological character, Atalanta. If we're all cracking about naming teams after characters, I'm going to start a club called Ron Burgundy. We'll be based in San Diego, which, by the way, actually translates from Spanish as a whale's vagina. Atalanta have been cracking about since 1907. Their most recent major trophy was the Coppa Italia back in 1963. And that's all. They have won Serie B 6 times, so, you know, swings and roundabouts. You still get a trophy for that, I think. So, it's like a minor trophy, not a major one. But it's shiny, shinier than Ligue 1. Their manager is Gianpiero Gasparini, who started his managerial career at Crotone? Which, despite appearing similar to the word crouton, is unfortunately not remotely related to the little baked bread treat. I hope you're as disappointed as I was when I found that out. Their kit is nothing to be excited about, but their away kit is quite nice. But I'm going to need a nice new retro number to wear. And look at that, okay? What is it? It looks like it was a plain white t-shirt that's been used to figure out if your pen has run out of ink. It's scribbles, but I like it. However, it has a V-neck, and that rules it out. V-necks are a crime. Put your chest away, you big bag of filth. Comment of the week, it comes from Vanilla Koji. Why does he pronounce his name as Kieran, while it should be pronounced like Sharon? It should actually be pronounced as Kieron in Irish. Or in English, it's actually said Beetle. Welcome to the end of the show. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter and go watch something else we've made. I'd highly suggest the last episode of this very show. Or a Scout Report. They're actually banging at the moment, so, you know, go make live happy.